Come on. Why all the hate? Let's try and turn it around a little bit. Welcome everyone to my Learn to Love series, and this time I'm looking at Fallout 76. Now this wasn't going to be the next Learn to Love, but I felt that this is needed because I've seen so many videos and comments online that are really rather harsh, and it feels like people aren't just giving it a fair shot. They're not willing to just look at what is available and what you get for the money that you're paying. So that's what I'm looking at today. So as you can see, we are outside Vault 76. Unlike all other videos, I am going to look at specifics in this rather than just play it from the beginning and see how I feel, because I've played it before. I did a whole video based on the beta, and I'm already level 8 here. As you can see, I'm wearing my military fatigues and my ranger hat. And basically, what I'm looking at today is missions. Because one of the biggest complaints is there anything to actually do in this game? So many people and so many videos are saying that there's nothing to do, it's boring. And I'm not here to tell you whether there's anything to do or not. Look at him, snuck up behind me, I saw him. Well, I didn't see him, I heard him. And you see, look at it is funny, just because, I mean, I could easily have just taken him out. Right there, look at that, bang. His life isn't that long. It would have been easy, but I didn't, because people aren't playing it that way. So that's not what you do. I am not making this to say this is fantastic, I love it, and you need to understand that it's a great game, and these are the reasons why. I am just going to tell you the facts about the game. I am going to explain what there physically is to do, and I will let you decide whether you feel that there is enough to do. As far as missions are concerned, you get missions by following the main story, and then you get missions spawn off from that. Now the main story itself, you come out of the vault and everybody else has left, and you are searching for the Overseer. She has informed that there's a concern in the wider world and she wants you to probably help her, and could you please find her when you come out. So that's your first mission. You always have to collect wood from the logs on the floor. Wood is one of the most used material, and there's loads of logs lying around. Now, there are several different ways that you can attack this mission when you first come out, but each way will involve you getting a machete, because there's always someone lying around with a machete. This man looks like he was getting ready to raid the vault. He was waiting for the doors to open so that he could raid it. And he had a machete. And that gives you your first basic weapon. But the main mission is essentially the Overseer wants you to try and find codes for the nuclear weapon sites. She is basically saying that she is worried that there are nukes still around in the world, and that they could be in anyone's line of fire. So she basically wants you to try and find the codes and to stop them. Probably fire them somewhere that they can't hurt anyone, you know, that kind of thing. And I mean, that's kind of it. Now, as far as missions go, that is a very weak story mission. That is the whole story mission. Find the codes for the nukes. If you don't particularly care about firing a nuke, well then the mission's pointless to you. I found a tabby cat that wasn't mutated or anything. I'm not quite sure how, but I want that cat in my camp and it's not fair. So yeah, I mean, the main mission itself, I can understand if people are looking at that mission and they're saying, well, there's nothing to do. That's all it's asking you to do, and that's boring. I don't want to do that. It's not a mission, you know, it's not a solo mission that will give you excitement and stuff. And I do understand that, I get that. But you gain missions as you follow this mission. They will be logged as side missions, but they are what I would consider more traditional RPG based missions. Now here is the camp that you have to come to help the overseer, and she's not here, and she tells you to progress down to the main town just south of here. But as you approach this camp, you gain your first side mission, which is create some armor and your first real weapon with scraps that have been left by the overseer. Now, it's not a very big mission, no, but the missions do get bigger from there. I am currently, as you can see in the top right hand corner, final departure, investigate the airport. That's my main mission at the moment, and personal matters is a side mission where I am following journals from the overseer, finding out where she lived, what she did in her life, and, you know, essentially finding out what happened to the overseer. It has nothing to do with finding missile launch codes. So the main mission that started out a little bit boring actually has evolved into 2 missions, which aren't that bad. Now I come down south to show you what happens down here, and an event kicks in, as you can see. Now events are missions which are either timed, they will appear on your map and you can warp to them using caps and join in the missions, or they are activated by someone walking into the area, like I did here. So I walked into the town and the mission started, and then it's my choice if I join in or not. But if you join in, you then gain more items and experience, but you don't have to. Now these events, they range from collect a load of stuff please, to kill a bunch of things, to protect some things. There's like please follow this guy and help him to deliver a message. There's, you know, there's all these kind of missions, and you can do them as many times as you want. This is about the 3rd time I've actually done this mission now. And there you go, challenge complete. Now the events are there to kind of flesh out the game in a way. And there's events that I think are actually timed as well, because there was one, honestly, that I really wanted to do, and I've only ever seen it once. It hasn't kicked in when I've approached the area, so I feel like it must be timed, but I really want to do it. But I feel like I need more people. But I'll get into that in the next video. Now, the other kinds of missions that you will get are daily missions. Now, obviously, you don't have to be given a mission. As with the main mission, they're things that you're given straight out of the boat, and you do what you're asked, and then you progress. The events are the ones that kick in as and when. But there are daily missions which you can find and activate by either being in a certain place, by reading a certain piece of information, like this. The giant teapot awards the highest honours. Sweetwater blend teas, the most delicate flavour and exquisite aroma. Now you've read it, if you take a look at missions, it has now added it to a daily mission. That is a really hard mission. But basically, if you come down here to the giant teapot, there will be a mission for you that you can do every single day. And there will also be an event in the area if you really want to do the event. But those are things that you can do every single day. It is completely your choice. Now that church is the church where you come to look for the overseer. And this here is where you do your first main mission, trying to be a responder and work from there. What I am showing you now is what I think is the bulk of the things to do in Fallout. And I think what a lot of people have problems with, because there's a lot of things to do, but you're not given anything to do. You have to do it yourself. And a lot of people don't want to do it themselves. They want to be told, this is a mission, I want you to go and do this. They don't want to have to try and work it out themselves. And I think that's a problem, just because, for me, that is what Fallout was. That's what Fallout's always been. Back in Fallout 3, the Dunwich building was a mission in which I adored it, but you weren't given it as a mission. Right, now I'll get to the point. Basically, this place is gutted. There's dead people, there's destroyed objects, but this fridge, as you can see, these are all kind of open and destroyed and there's nothing around and you can't do anything, but this one's closed and chained. So you're like, oh, there must be something interesting in this. Yep, there's a dead responder. And he has a responder's plea on him. Now, I'm not going to take it because I've already got it and I don't need to double it up. But I'll play it and you'll see what it says.
Help! Someone please help me! Please let me out! Please! Please! I'm begging you! Don't leave me here! Please! Please! I'll give you anything you want! Money? Yeah? You want kept? My life savings! I'll tell you where it is! Go to the graveyard behind the church. The rightmost grave. Stand on it. Walk directly across the river. Halfway up the hill. There's a small clearing. My savings are in an old stump. A little bit off the right, I swear. Please,
There you go.
please,
And that's the story.
don't leave me here, please.
Why would you tell him before they've let you out? He's an idiot. But yeah, now you don't get it as, you don't get a mission. You don't get a marker on the map to find. That is just for you to find. That's it. Go find it. Now, I loved those things in these games. The missions where they weren't official missions. You had to go and look. You had to find things. Now, this is something else you can do in the game. So I've added this in because it's another bit of a mission. If you can find a US government supply requisition, you can actually call in a drop. And drops will give you and anyone that approaches them decent bits and pieces. But yeah, I'll go back to like the Dunwich building in Fallout 3. Anyone who knows Fallout 3, there was a building in which you didn't have a mission to go in it. There was no mission to search it, to see what's there or anything. It was just a building. And when you searched the entire building, you would get flashbacks, you would hallucinate, you would have weird things happening. And when you went into the basement, there was some weird altar that they were clearly praying at that's heavily irradiated. And it's a really interesting building, and there's nothing much to it, but it's fun. And the thing with this game, there you go. I've inserted the thing I've got, so now I just need to get to where the supply drop is. Now, every time I've seen one of these, the supply drops are never anywhere near where it is you are. So you can see I'm there. And there's the supply drop over there. I could teleport to the gorge, but I've decided not to, because I know there are Mirelurks there. There they are. So I walk there, and someone else beats me to it, but they kill the Mirelurk, so I'm not too bothered. And there you go. You get a lot of decent stuff. But the best thing is this serrated Chinese officer's sword. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. And it's fantastic. So yeah, those government aided drops are really good. And every time you see on your top right hand corner, get to the supply drop, you need to get to the supply drop. Now the only other thing that there is to do in this game are these points here. You have to claim them and defend them from waves of enemies. But once, and players, but you see that one is unowned. If you own it, what you can do is you can place down collectors that will collect any of this stuff for you. But these things are really cool. Basically, it's yours until the health dies. Another player can come over and claim it if you don't fight them off. Yeah, it's really good. It's a very interesting control points that are scattered throughout the map. And they give you supplies and they allow you to build, so you can essentially turn them into a camp if you wish. But you won't own them when you log out. So you don't want them to be too built up necessarily, unless you're going to be online for a little while. But yeah, basically that is what there is to do. That is everything. Now, the main missions themselves, there's not that many of them. You see down here is the Nuka-Cola plant. And go back to what I was saying. There is no mission so far that I've found to go in here. But I wanted to go in there. I wanted to see what it was. And I wanted to find out what there was in here. So I went and had a little look. And I'm not going to tell you, because you need to come here and have a look yourself. So the main missions are sparse. You know, I'm being honest in this video. They are very sparse. There's not a massive amount. But there are a lot of events. The events happen around the entire map. And when an event kicks in, you can fast travel to it using caps. So you can join any event at any time if you want something fun to do, and join whoever else is there and gain in experience and bits and pieces when you get there. Now, there are also buildings like this farmer place and like the Nuka-Cola place that you just go to and you wander around. Now, some of them will give you other things, like with the farmer place, I got a camera boarder, which is fantastic, because now I can take pictures looking as though I work for Arctus Farmer. There are also hidden items in all these different places, bobbleheads and bits and pieces and magazines and things. There are also side missions and daily missions that you can gain through looking through items and bits and pieces. Plus there's just a general story. If you look at notes that are left by people and hollow things that are left by people, you can just read their story, see where they went, see what they were doing. There's the Hunter's Ridge is a place where there is a whole group of raiders have gone in and killed a bunch of people, but they had guys wander outwards, so you can follow their story and see where they went to, that kind of thing. So that is everything that there is to do. Now, is that enough for you? Does that sound like there's enough there? In my own opinion, yes, there is enough. For me, I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying exploring the world, seeing what people did and didn't do, finding little bits and pieces. You know, I am really enjoying it. The events are also keeping you on your toes, because every now and then I'll be wandering around and suddenly I will kick off an event because I just walked into an area and now I've got to defend the area, or I've got to help someone out, or whatever, you know. And it does keep the map, keep you on your toes, and it does keep the map interesting. So this is part 1 of Learn to Love. So thank you very much for watching. Please look out for the next video. Please learn to love, and I will see you next time.